Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And the Houston Astros beat the St. Louis Cardinals 6-5. A total of 4 Astros go yard today. 3 that are expected to be in the opening day lineup go yard. And the Astros get a 6-5 win thanks to a Colin Price RBI walk-off single. This game was headed to a tie. Quincy Hamilton and Brendan Rodgers were retired for the first 2 outs in the 9th inning, and everybody well, some people might know this, but when you're tied going into the end of the 9th in spring training, there's no extra innings. So this game would have tied if the Astros don't do what they did following. The Astros would then, I think it was Corona. Yeah, Corona reached base off of a error, and then Cooper Hummel hit a single, which got runners on third and first, and then Colin Price hits an RBI single to win the Astros the game at 6-5. So good win for the Astros. 11 hits for the Astros today, 11 hits for the Cardinals as well. The Astros and Cardinals if the Astros didn't hit, if they didn't get that run, both teams would have had the same amount of runs and hits in this game. But the Astros got that last hit, so even if Colin Price was retired, then the Astros would have finished with 10 hits, and the Cardinals would have had 11. So that doesn't really matter. But so 11 hits for both teams, six runs for the Astros, 5 for the Cardinals, 1 error for both teams. For the Astros, win goes to Yola, who is a top prospect for the Astros, was just recently named into the top 15 of the Astros prospects. He pitched 2 innings today, giving up 1 hit, 1 strikeout in his 2 innings, and gets his first win. So, yeah. And then the scoring summary, the first and only error for the Astros came in the 2nd inning when the Cardinals scored their run. Weatherholt scored on the error, and Furman safe at first on fielding error by third baseman Isaac Perejis, and that was 1-0. But then Jeremy Pena with a 2nd inning home run to center, 1-1. He's been hot recently. He hits his first home run of spring. 3rd inning Herrera doubled to right. Burleson scored. It's 2-1. But Jake Myers, who in his last game went 2 for 3 with 2 RBI singles, hits his first home run in spring. 3rd inning home run for Jake, 2-2. Then Jose Altuve in that same inning. Jose Altuve sends 1 yard, 3-2. And was that back-to-back home? Yeah, it was back-to-back home runs for the Astros. Jose Altuve hits one in the 3rd inning, back-to-back, 3-2. Then Baker with a 5th inning home run to left center, 3-3. Barrero hits a home run to left center. Prito scored. It's 5-3. So, and then we had 8th inning. Luis Castro hits a home run to left. Price scored. It's 5-5. And then Colin Price hit an RBI single to right. Kennedy Corona scored. And Hummel to third, and it's 6-5. All right, let's go over the Astros hitters today. Jose Altuve, 1 for 3, struck out looking his first at-bat, homered in his 2nd, and then in the 5th, struck out swinging. So 2 strikeouts and a homer for Jose today. Cooper Hummel was clutch in the 9th inning with his single to right. That got Corona to 2nd. So Corona got to 2nd on that hit. I think somehow got to 3rd on like a wild pitch. I think he got to 3rd on like a wild pitch or something. But Hummel with a clutch 9th inning single. Yordan Alvarez was 0 for 3 today. Had a couple flyouts to strike out, so he's been struggling in spring, but hopefully he can pick it up. Colin Price was great today. 8th inning single to right, which then brought on Luis Castro to tie up the game at 5, and then 9th inning single to right to get the Astros the win. Astros don't win this game without Colin Price, since he really did help contribute 2 runs in this game, since his single led to an additional run off the Castro home run. Then he hit the RBI single that won the game. So Astros would have lost 5-4 without Price. So Isak Brehis, 1 for 2 today, double to left. First inning flat out to center. He was replaced by Zach Short, who went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, both looking. John Singleton went 0 for 2, replacing Christian Walker, who was scratched from the lineup. Sad to see with Christian Walker. We'll see if he's okay or not. Praying he's okay. Luis Castro replaced him. Luis Castro hit a home run to left. Luis Castro is playing better than John Singleton. I'm not saying he needs to make the roster over him or something, but at this point, I don't want to see John Singleton on this roster. I'd rather see Zach DeZenzo or Luis Guillermo make this Astros roster. Two guys who have looked so much better than John Singleton. I'd rather see either one of those guys make this roster than John Singleton. He's played really bad so far. Singleton today went 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to second. He's batting 118 this spring. Victor Caratini, another good day for him. He's batting 273 this spring. Single to right in the fourth. 1 for 2 for Cesar Salazar as well, who replaced Victor Caratini. Single to right in the eighth inning for Salazar. And then Jeremy Pena went 2 for 2 today. Was outside of Colin Price was the only Houston Astro to have multiple hits today. Jeremy hit a home run to center in the second inning. In the fourth inning, he had a single to left. And he was replaced by Shea Whitcomb, who struck out looking in the sixth. In the eighth inning, flat out to left. Zach DeZenzo was in right field today and went 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking and lined out to center, but is still batting 278 this spring. Replaced by Quincy Hamilton, who had 2 at-bats, seventh inning, struck out swinging, ninth inning, flat out to left. Mauricio Dubon went 0 for 2 today, struck out swinging, popped out to shortstop. Dubon still does not have a hit this spring. Brandon Rogers replaced him, and he went 0 for 2, struck out swinging and ground out to first in his 2 at-bats. Jake Myers went 1 for 2, homer to center in the third inning. Fourth inning, struck out swinging, and that was it for Jake, going 1 for 2. Kennedy Corona replaced him, ground out to shortstop in the seventh inning. Ninth inning, save it first on fielding error by second baseman Rivas, and that was it for Kennedy Corona. Astros pitched today. Hunter Brown really struggled today. 2 1/3, 5 hits given up, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. But he was able to have a couple strikeouts. That's solid, but not as good as his first outing. Then the Astros brought on Henley to pitch the last 2 outs of the third inning. He gave up a walk but had a strikeout, got out of it without any hits or runs given up. Abreu pitched the fourth inning for the Astros, gave up 1 hit but nothing else given up. Forrest Whitley's been great this spring but struggled today. Did give up 1 earned run, 1 hit, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts in his inning in the fifth, but still ERA this spring is 3. Michel Tamirez, a guy who's really struggled this spring. 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk given up today, 1 strikeout. His ERA in spring so far is 5.79. And then Ulola talked about him pitching the last couple innings of this game and helping the Astros get a win. Let me know your thoughts on the Astros 6-5 win in the comment section, and peace out. Go Astros.